first one bit off the second one. Who? He said, last time I saw him, he's a Ford battle draft. I'll go find him. Hold on.
Last time I worked with any of these lines was when we were commissioned just to make sure the book was right. You know the book is right. We went around and fixed everything.
No comment. Partial holding on that IV. Okay. Wait. That's all right. Got another IV there.
Hey, turn the water on.
I'll put it out. This. This. Okay, right here's the one we need to replace the one. Okay, you gotta pay the one. Excuse me, Kurt. The only thing we got to be concerned about is that the practice over this type of war. Hey, Barry, you know,
Tank 6, Tac 4, 70, Tac 1, Tac Foxtrot. We're getting that repaired right now. And in here, this is what remains of the second fuel top. This is fuel tank 6, Tac 4, 70, Tac 1, Tac Foxtrot. Right here. They're both being worked on at this time.
Yeah, it's all slippery here. It's gonna fall.
Over here we have flooding up to the deck plate.
Guess that door's kind of warped, huh?
Yeah. Alright, we're now having problems getting into this door. Alright. Okay, up here, this is number 2 H-Pack. This was flooded up to the knife edge. Here we are, number 2 H-Pack. We had a small, one of these come out, a little plug, and we now have a DC plug in there. We also have a buckled bulkhead back here, as you can see.
Hang on.
Okay, this is all number 2
turn the light back down right there. Okay.
Alright, this is also clean gear issue room. Sorry,
We're moving the light so much. Where's your light?
Okay. This was flooded up to the 9th edge. Also, it was a progressive flooding from number 3 switchboard that we were having problems with back here. Okay, what do we got here, Ski? Looks like support surge seal is pretty destroyed. Useless.
They rotate the shaft, which is shaking back and forth like it's going to come off. I told them about it. They lock the shaft and stand by to inflate it in case I have to with that hose right there. That's about it.
What's that gonna do?
Well, there's a rubber emergency inflatable seal inside there. Start getting more than a gallon per minute of water flow through there. I just inflate that and seal the shaft from the outside.
Is there anything wrong with the port shaft?
It is a port shaft.
I mean, the starboard shaft?
Except for the other stern tube seals making that grating noise. Making a noise. Didn't sound like that before.
And this is the starboard shaft.
I think the port shaft is useless right now. We're gonna go anywhere as long as we buy the starboard shaft.
Here I'm in the horseshoe passageway. On the port side, you see where we have overboard discharge pipe that's partly buckled. The starboard side, horseshoe passageway. See, we have buckled deck. Where was that at?
Right over there, right behind you.
This makes rigging towing hawser in case we need it. Okay, what we're looking at is frame 138 forward missile launcher. Inspection of the weld seam at frame 138 appears to be normal. Also along the toe edge of the
Officer, please dial 1001.
along the forward launcher, no evidence of cracking or stressing there. We got definitely forward deck house fittings cracking along the explosion weld, approximately 5-6 foot aft, and this is as well as the same as the port side. Okay, obviously the frame 138 hull mod, that crack extends around the deck house approximately 5 to 7 feet. We're at frame 138 now on the port side. As you can see, again along the explosion weld at frame 138, again that crack extends about 7 feet aft. See if we can get a shot of it there. You can see the paint chipped up. Back down to there. Okay, what we got out here is mine sweeps all around us. Sweeps are working their way in. They're going to come alongside the ship and drop off divers, investigate our struts and screws, see if they're still intact, if at all. You can see a little zodiac there off to the starboard side of that mine sweep. Smoke float there indicates another mine. We are definitely in the middle of a minefield. As we pan around here forward of us, we'll come in some British ships. Actually, that's a whole task group there. The Tripoli is up there. It's really hard to see, kind of hazy. But so far they've found 7 or 8 mines in the last hour, just in our area. So we're obviously kind of concerned about that. These ships really haven't moved position probably since we hit our mine. That was, I guess, 7:15 in the morning, approximately 7:15, 7:20. Okay, what we're looking looking at here is the 04 level deck. Frame 174 weld seam split. What this is the shaft launcher area, or not the area. This is actually forward of the shaft launcher, frame 174, the bottom of the 04 level. Okay, this is midships quarter deck. As well as ever happened. This is exactly what we expected to happen. Obviously, a flex joint needs to be installed here. This crack extends from both quarter deck doors, port and starboard, all the way up to the 03 level, through the 03 level, and with holes in the deck underneath the main mast. Okay, this is frame 228. Right above the wardroom escape hatch there. Evidence of buckling in the vertical bulkheads. This is the main deck, frame 380. Split seam. This runs to port and starboard, as well as down the hull. Not too severe here. So you can obviously see a crack. Okay, the ship remained at full power the entire time. We didn't lose any main engines. We lost one fire pump, one other fire pump stayed online. This is frame 472, 73, 74 on the fantail. This is by far the worst buckling and cracking on the ship. Extends over the gunnel, down all the way clear into the water. Here's the mine sweeps coming along, both of them. These guys are moving real slow. Divers come out and they're going to check out our struts and our screws. See if we can make our own headway instead of being towed. This was one of our big problems today, was this chill water line. This chill water line goes to, after steering, had a problem securing it. The deck, the buckled deck here actually smashed in the line, and we couldn't get a patch on it or isolated due to our steering. So now we got it isolated. We're gonna put a braze patch on it. And so we've been about 6, 7.
About 10 hours after the impact.
About 10 hours after the impact. Everything looks pretty normal in CCS. Everybody's just sitting around and assessing our damage.
Like this.
What frame is this?
It's about frame 470. For the capstan, came right off the wall, ripped the wirings loose.
Okay, battery shop. This is the opposite side of the initial blast. We got a lot of deck buckling and overhead buckling from the fantail. Come in here, take a look at it. This deck in here buckled so bad it actually buckled holes in the deck. which leads down into aft pallet staging area, and up in the overhead. Up in the overhead, we had a hole buckled right into the hull. This is where the fan tail meets the gunnel, right up there.
Let me get up in there.
We've got a lot of it repaired now, but there used to be a big old gashing hole in the side of the ship there. That hole is actually leading right out to the weather. And this is frame 472 on the port side. Okay, we're making our way around the 3 switchboard room space. Let's go on up, around back here and take a look. In Nixie, we had some problems. The emergency repairs, anyways. This halon cylinder here along the starboard bulkhead actually left its bracket and lodged itself in the overhead and sat itself back down in its bracket. Moving further forward, this is our most severe buckling below decks. On the 3 switchboard, you can see it pretty good here. When we first had all the flooding back here, we thought there was holes in this deck because there was so much water underneath the electric matting. But once we ripped that up and dewatered this space, we found that the deck was just severely buckled. Big problem we had also was this chill water isolation. If you could get her, turn around and look at that up in the overhead. You can see this chill water valve is still leaking. It's not too bad though. Okay, let's go ahead and move a little bit more forward.
Oh, I just got this in focus right here. Okay, there it is. Oh, much better.
Okay, this is chill water. Cut the deck away with an exothermic cutter so I could get that repaired. We put a braze patch on there. Real severe buckling up there on the fan tail. As well as this bulkhead here. You can see real severe buckling on this bulkhead. Go ahead and step back a little bit. This again is frame 472. 470, 472, somewhere in that area. And this whole deck, the bulkhead is just twisted. Okay, in my opinion, this was probably about the hardest thing we had isolating. This is a 6-inch fire main. This is frame 472. You can see the overhead buckled there. It actually buckled into the fire main, and this was spraying full force fire main on top of all the switchboard equipment back here. This took us the longest to isolate. We had 2 perijet eductors running in this space, which kept the water level right at the bottom of the knife edge of watertight doors. So we were real fortunate to get dewatering equipment in here real quick, but this kept spraying water for a good 30, 40, 50 minutes maybe after the initial impact. That buckle actually creased a hole right in the fire main. So this is probably going to be a real hard repair. And well, probably what they're going to do is remove this entire bulkhead, and I guess it'll make it quite a bit easier to repair. This is 3 generator starboard side bulkhead. This space has been considerably cleaned up in the last 2 days. The problems we had here, you can see the HP air flasks, which the manifold on the flask completely ruptured, emptying all the stored HP air in there. I don't know if we'll be able to get a shot of it, but we'll see. This is chalk lagging here. You can see where the flasks ruptured and blew this lagging. It covered the entire generator room in a white powder, which appeared to be smoke. initial reports, so we thought we had a fire back here, which wasn't so. The first bank, or first flask, I should say, the pipe completely separated. It goes up through the overhead, and I don't know if you can see it, but this whole entire manifold is completely disassembled due to the blast. What we got going on here is we flew in about 15 guys from the Jason AR-8. They came in to give us a hand repairing our most severe buckle. What we did is weld I-beams onto the big buckled parts of frame 472, and it's DCA, still alive and well. The I-beams over the side of the ship. I don't know if you can see that at all. Yeah, you can get a little shot of it there. Aft ammo elevator. We got our adductors. This is coming down from lower aft pallet staging area. This whole elevator is tweaked out of alignment. I don't really know if you can see it or not. Probably not, but actually it fared pretty well for the initial blast. This whole entire bilge down here was full of fuel, probably about 2 feet deep, and we got rid of that with our reductors. Put this crack back together, we'll weld it up so we can at least keep the rain out of the inside of the ship. In the background we got the lights of Walkaround. We're going to be pulling in about 2 hours. And we go to, yeah, too dark there. We're going to be welding pad eyes, cableway, with the turnbuckle to a pad eye. These guys that flew over today are doing this for us. This is, if we hit rough water on our way down south through the repair facility, this is what's going to keep the ship together. And they're going to have 4 or 5 of these across the fantail. They seem to be working real well. I-beam structure support there, and on the outboard side of the ship.